Enough is enough, and it's time for a change!
It is Sunday, and you're listening to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
Give me a hell yeah!
Get some man!
Ooh, yeah!
With Kinny Killa.
Hey, yo!
We're in the big D tonight, baby, and we are live! Woo!
And the gal them sugar should.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be! Cause that's the bottom line! Cause Stone Cold said so!
Oh, that's right. The glass just shattered, which means only one thing. It's Sunday, and it's the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast, episode 146. And I am the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, the one man with no Instagram, Kinny Killa. Now, you may be asking, why have I still not got Instagram? Well, it's none of your bloody business. That's why. Oh, man. But all jokes aside, you know, we've got a packed show today. We're going to talk about, obviously, the big rumors that's been going around about several New Japan stars. We'll also talk about the fallout of Raw. We'll also go through Wrestle Kingdom 10, what an amazing show it was. And then our usual Shook Stunners and Segway Time Machine. We'll also preview what could potentially happen on Raw tomorrow. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to my guest at this time. He was the guest yesterday on the Retro Roundtable, and he's back again. That's right, host of Offshoot Radio. It is none other than James Belmont.
It's back-to-back Belmont this weekend, my friends. The Pitcher Patrol is rocking. How are you all doing out there?
Back-to-back Belmont, I like that. Oh man, how much fun was yesterday?
Oh man, my jaw still hurts. So much nostalgia. When someone, I can't remember who was it that mentioned Wonky Donkey?
Me.
Yeah, I'm marked out, man. That was it. I was done.
After Wonky Donkey, it's all finished. It's all over. Man. But even Bingers came back and he messaged me with some things that he forgot. You know, some shows that he forgot, like real-time shows like Sister.
Oh mate, Sister, are you for real?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, those Saturdays on Nickelodeon.
Oh man, see, it's all those kind of things, man. But you know, nostalgia gets you every time. But you know. Apart from that, how's your weekend been?
It's been good. You know, it was Lemmy's funeral yesterday. You know, it was a bit rough, but you know, I heard some good stories, had some good laughs, had a lot of Jack. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But rest in peace, Lem.
Yeah.
Fucking legend.
Yeah, rest in peace. Some really good theme songs for several wrestlers, and obviously the fact of the matter, he's, you know, a massive icon to the rock world in terms of Motorhead. So yeah, you're just gonna drop some liquor for Lemmy. There you go. Yeah, don't worry, I ain't got no liquor right now. It's like 20 past 11 in the morning. So.
Yeah, I drank it all last night, mate. The bottle's gone. It's empty.
There's nothing left.
Every last damn drip of it is gone.
All right, let's get into the show. A Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast right here on VOC Nation. I want to give a shout out to all the VOC Nation listeners. Make sure you listen also to Max Wrestling, which was obviously before us. But keep listening, people, because we need the views. We need to make sure you guys are commenting on the show because we need to know what the American cats are saying. We're also on Swerve Talk Network. So follow us, the Sunday Segue, spelled SEGUE. Also, check out our website, the Sunday Segue Podcast, .wix.com/Sunday Segue. Also, like us on Facebook, please. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will be going to our new parent channel, The Sharpshooter, real soon. So it's coming up. Make sure you look out on Twitter for all the teasers and the trailers, because they'll be up soon. So watch this space. Sunday Segue will be going video soon. We'll be going visual, so yeah, you get to see this ugly mug. Also subscribe to our iTunes. We're on Podomatic, Stitcher, and don't forget to download that Double Twist player. Okay, so shout outs. Any shout outs, Belmont?
You all should know who you are. There's too many. We don't have that kind of time. You're all great people out there.
Man, I gotta give a shout out to our business partners in crime, maxwrestling.wix.com/Max Wrestling. Also give a shout out to Big Slam Nation. You know who you cats are. PW Hustle, also OneWrestling.com. Shout out to Bill Apter and Big Ray. Also give a shout out to Billy Ray Valentine, you know who you is, dog. Also give a shout out to Attitude of Aggression, David Gates, and Jason Clarkson and Squeak. You what YouTube show. Make sure you check them out as well for all your gaming needs. Right, so let's talk about the big news. Okay, let's talk about the big news. The rumors that have been going around about, several New Japan talent coming to WWE. Now, after Wrestle Kingdom 10, Belmont, everything I think they just broke the internet. And people have been talking about guys like Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, Bullet Club Doc Gallows, and Machine Gun Carl Anderson all coming to WWE, and talking about contracts being up, and they've told Gato that they're not signing on again, and it means that they're coming. Surely this is more than rumors.
Well, the fact that the WWE website actually acknowledged it and put up a post saying, "Are they coming?" showing pictures of them, pretty much says they are. Because usually there's always speculation about wrestlers going to WWE. They don't care. They don't really listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it just seems like that. And Finn's been having fun with it. He's been pouring gasoline on the fire, like standing outside the performance center in his Bullet Club shirt, saying, "Where are those guys?" So it's been pretty crazy. There's been a lot of stories coming around, and you got the fake journalists going for clickbait, just making stuff up, saying people are refusing to go now, and it's difficult to find an official source, because MLW broke the news originally,
Yeah.
and then since then everything's just like exploded. You're trying to rifle through, trying to find truth in the bullshit, basically.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's quite hard, because MLW obviously caught Bauer. He knows what he's talking about, and then I'm waiting to hear when I listen to the Law tonight to see what Dave Meltzer says, because obviously a lot of people think what Dave Meltzer says is gospel, so we just have to,
Which I don't.
Yeah, we just have to wait and see what happens. But it's a coincidence that Nakamura is telling New Japan that once his contract's done, which is the end of this month, that he's gone.
He's gone, exactly. And where else is he going to go? I can't see him just going to Ring of Honor and that's it.
No, he's going apparently WWE have approached him last year. We put the feelers out anyway. You're looking at Doc Gallows and Machine Gun Carl Anderson. They've all their dates, they've been removed from all their dates with New Japan, and even AJ's done, obviously, with the what we saw at New Year Dash between Kenny Omega and AJ Styles, them winning a tag match, and then Kenny Omega turning on and Bullet Club turning on AJ, and the way they wrote him out, pretty much that's it, he's done. So, and ROH have also taken him off all their advertisements, so it looks like he is WWE bound.
He is. Luckily, I'm going to catch him at this Rev Pro show that's coming up, because it'll probably be the last time he's here for a while. The thing with Anderson and Gallows, I was a bit confused. Like, yeah, AJ Styles got kicked out of the Bullet Club, and Omega's going to get this skyrocket push now, which is good. It's about time, because he's one of my favourites there. Are they just going to leave by mutual consent, them two? Are they going to get kicked out as well? It's a bit like, it's a bit weird, because if they were going to write them all off, they should have just beat all three of them down.
Well, they're probably doing it gradually, so those two will probably get attacked. I think there's the CMLL Phantasmania, whatever it's called, coming up. So they'll probably they might even get attacked on the road to Phantasmania. So we just have to see what happens there. But
possibly they'll just set Haku on them, and that'll be it. That probably still scares me now.
I can't believe this guy turned up for the New Japan Rumble.
I know, unbelievable.
Tonga Fafita. I love that name. Oh man, but yeah, so all of these rumors, they're rumors, but would you be surprised to see one of these guys turn up at the Royal Rumble?
It'll blow my mind if one, or if AJ or Nakamura, or even both. It's in the realms of possibility now, and obviously I'm skeptical with the whole thing, because, as you know, Kenny, that WWE doesn't handle outside talent very well. AJ Styles will go into that roster and instantly become the best person on the roster.
Yeah.
I rate him higher than Rollins, because he's got it all. And Nakamura, one of the most entertaining people I've ever seen. He can wrestle. He's great to watch. What are they going to use him for? Are they going to put him on NXT? Are they going to put him straight to the main roster? I don't know what they're going to do with him. Are titles in the equation? What are they going to do at WrestleMania? It's so much is up in the air. It's hard to fathom what's going to happen.
Well, if this is the case, there's going to be a lot of rewrites, because if you put it this way, Nakamura and AJ are not going to NXT. They may be NXT for a little bit, just to get them used to the to the style,
Just to blood in a bit, yeah.
But I mean, nah, I can't see them debuting on NXT before they make debuts on main TV. You know what I mean? Because you imagine, like, do you want to keep the shit secret? You don't want to bust it on NXT. You want to bust it on the main roster. Same with Alberto Del Rio. Those guys are signed for big money, and you know you're not signed for big money just to make an appearance on NXT. So I reckon all of them are gonna go straight to the main roster. But the key thing is, this is what Jim Ross has been saying as well. The key thing is how they do it. Nakamura needs to be by himself, and they need to handle him differently, because Japanese talent, he can speak English, so that's not a problem, but the Japanese talent before that they've all got in, they've messed up. So he cannot be another Kenzo Suzuki. He needs to be completely different, because he's got everything that they need. They need to also look at their roster and look at who can hang with these guys. You know what I mean?
Not many.
Exactly, you know, they need to, oh man, they really need to, this needs to be a whole full-scale operation. Triple H needs to be on this. Fuck Vince. Triple H needs to be on the handling of how this happens, because if it's anything to do with Vince, it's gonna flop. It is.
Triple H needs to get his NXT staff to go with him to the main roster, and they're gonna have to lay it out and say, look, this is what we're doing. This is what this guy's all about. Do not fuck this up. This is how we're gonna use him. That's all they gotta do. People still talking Balor Club. They're actually being a Balor Club now. I hate that name. It's so self-indulgent for Finn, you know. And
it sounds so bootleg.
I know. And then rumors, see, that's the key word here, that they're saying that Bullet Club rights, well, part of them are going to go to WWE at some point. New Japan have made a deal with them. I don't believe that, because I think New Japan, why would they give up that kind of revenue? Because shirts are still flying like hotcakes, and the Bullet Club's transcended wrestling. They're raking in money constantly, so I don't know. That's the only way I could see Finn making it to the main roster. They make some kind of power faction with him and AJ, or put, you know, him, Balor and Styles in a match on NXT.
Yeah,
that's a money maker.
I just think someone can't be the leader. This is the problem. They need to do a Shield. Someone can't be the leader. They need to be all individual guys and all main event talent. Because once you start having hierarchy, that's when it becomes a problem in terms of how certain fans see them. But yeah, I just think they all need to come in, make an impact. I think Gallows and Anderson there'll be massive tag teams if they make them a tag team when they come in.
They have to be. They can't split. They got to be a tag team. That tag division on NXT and the main roster needs help.
And do you know how fresh will it be? Freshening up everything. Like, oh man, that'll be great. It just feels so nice to have some fresh talent, fresh moves, everything. AJ's gonna be a star, and Nakamura's gonna be a star. It just depends on how how they do it. But with that said, let's talk about the fallout overall. Okay, let's talk about these bits. So, main event. We got a main event of Sheamus versus Roman Reigns for the WWE title with Vince McMahon as special guest referee, harking back to the Attitude Era days. The whole thing, the whole setup, the whole promo video package, everything was like something like the Attitude, from the Attitude Era. Now, the main event, I felt the main event was good up until the Vince botch.
Which one?
the many. But the main one for me was when Sheamus had it won and Vince was there, and he was there. Why didn't he count 1, 2, 3?
Should have gone 1, 2, 3 like that when he got broke kicks, but he didn't.
He's like, my arm. I didn't get that. He should have been out of the ring. If he wasn't going to take that, if he wasn't going to do that, he should have been out of the ring.
I know. I don't understand what he was doing. I don't understand what I don't think even he knows. He's 70 years old now. He's still hitting the roids. I mean, I think Billy Gunn got fired under false pretenses. I think they switched test results or something.
Yeah.
That brother's definitely using a needle in his arm.
Yeah, I know. But it's man.
It was good. Yeah, I get what you mean though. And then you had the little bit with Stephanie and all that.
Yeah, it was different. It was different, and it made Reigns look slightly different as well. Well, how do you feel about the way that they're booking Reigns in this title run so far? I know it hasn't been long, but it seems there's a slightly different shift into the way they're booking him.
They're slowly getting to that silent killer thing he was doing in the Shield. They're trying to get some of that back, trying to reincarnate that in some form, because I think his title reign's going to be fine. It's still the early stages, a lot could happen, but it's so much better than seeing Sheamus as champion, because I don't know, I'm sick of Sheamus already. His body of work is awful at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, Reigns did really well in the main event. Sheamus was just Sheamus, generic Irish dude kicking someone in the face.
That is it.
Reigns was on it. He was Superman punching everything with a heartbeat. That spear's still the best one I've seen since Goldberg. His reign's going to be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's just the beginning.
I don't think it's going to be long, though. I don't think it's going to last long.
Do you think he's going to go past the Royal Rumble? Because I don't know, man. Because with AJ in the wings, I'm still thinking a massive shock could happen. AJ could win the title or something.
Well, this is the thing, WWE need to know how to use these kind of rumors and teasers and stuff to their advantage, to sell tickets, sell more tickets, to sell, to get more people to buy the network. Because like you said, Royal Rumble will now be for the WWE title because Roman Reigns won the main event. Vince got vexed and just
which is a great move because it's never been defended. It's been vacant at a Royal Rumble, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's
never been defended against 29 other people,
which is going to be very, very interesting, and it does spark that interest. So I'm quite looking forward to that. But yeah, who wins that? Who wins that? There's only a few people that can, and I doubt anyone's going to come in and win straight away.
No, I doubt it. But if you want to make an impactful debut and just shake the whole wrestling world to the core, that's what you do. Bring in AJ Styles. He comes in number 30. 26 or something.
Number 30, the last one.
Number 30.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine the pop? The pop. Anyone of those? Well, I think AJ more than anyone. Yeah. Just because not a lot of the US fans. I mean, only the hardcores, and I expect the hardcores obviously to be at Royal Rumble. But where is the Royal Rumble?
I honestly can't remember, no.
Yeah, but whoever comes out at number 30, and it's a big, it's a big one, and it's a surprise. If AJ obviously is going to keep his name, they're signing him for big money. Obviously, he's going to keep his name. Nakamura should keep his name. I think he might just be called Nakamura.
Are they getting rid of Shinsuke?
Maybe. I mean, but either way, it's going to be a big deal. And if it is AJ, the pop is going to be mental. I just don't. If AJ comes in and starts, then he has to win the Rumble. It can't, you can't make them come like that and then get eliminated. There's no point.
It can't be like a cameo appearance where they're in for about 30 seconds, get all their signature moves in and get chucked out by some random dude.
Yeah, so
they can't do that to him.
No. So I mean, even if they don't come at the Royal Rumble, which would also be a good thing because it spreads the rumors and it spreads this kind of anticipation out. Who then does take it down? Because you're gonna have a select few. You're gonna have your Ambrose. You're gonna have your Kevin Owens. You're gonna have your Lesnar's in there. There's no John Cena.
No. Injury list is huge.
Yeah. We'll get to that a bit later. But yeah. So it's only a select few. You got a Roman Reigns retain. You got a Owens win. You got a Ambrose win. You got a Lesnar win.
Well, the problem with Owens winning it is that he's in a feud for the IC right now, and unless they're going to wrap that up, I can't see Owens winning the title. Ambrose is IC champion. They're not going to do a double champion thing. Looking at the roster, Ziggler, no, because he hasn't been relevant for the whole of last year because of that booking and all that. Rusev, they've killed. I can't think of anything except Roman Reigns retaining. I can't think of any other option right now where someone's going to win the title and people can accept it.
Yeah.
With all the front runners all tied up in feuds and whatnot, and for others.
Yeah. Well, what I want to do right now is I want to enter to the fray the cookie cutter podcaster himself, Mr. Michael Cook.
NWO.
Infiltrating
for life.
For life, infiltrating the building. Cookie, thanks for coming on. Now, the reason why you are on is because later on we will be talking about New Japan Pro Wrestling, Wrestle Kingdom 10. So, obviously, I got to get you on. I saw you on Twitter, just, tweeting her out like you generally do in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I thought, got to jump on board. So, I got my two guys that was on the show yesterday back on today. Right, so, Cookie, where we're at the moment is where we are at. Just talking about the main event the main event of Raw. So we've just finished talking about the Rumble being for the title and what the outcome could be. What's your thoughts?
With the championship match now for the Rumble, I've got a scary feeling this is just going to be Roman Reigns retaining it, which make him look strong, but I know a lot of fans will think, oh, that's too predictable. So...
Yeah, they just all want Daniel Bryan to come back and win it and then go get injured again and have to relinquish it. This is the mindset we're dealing with here.
Yeah. But it changes the matchup. It makes it more exciting, I reckon. More star power as well, because I don't think they could afford to have a separate main event with all these injuries.
Yeah, could you see anything other than a Roman Reigns retain?
Maybe Brock Lesnar winning it. Come in as number one, destroy everybody in like 10 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, well, this is the thing now. It's smart booking by WWE because it also means that the winner doesn't have to go to WrestleMania and well, they do. The winner does, but it doesn't mean that Roman Reigns is not going to be in it, and then the winner of that has to face Roman Reigns. So,
I guess it's a sneaky way of having Triple H in the main event.
Yes, yeah.
You know what I mean? So he doesn't win the Rumble because fuck will shit on that. But there's another way of getting that match, so it's not from the Rumble match sort of thing.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see whether Triple H comes back in the Rumble to what's the word? Mess up Roman Reigns' chances, and then Lesnar goes over. But Lesnar don't need that. He doesn't need any kind of as Jason Clarkson would like to say, any douchebaggery going on. He can do it without that. You don't need that.
But it'd be a good blow off, I guess, if they're going to go that way.
Yeah.
Because I refuse to see a Triple H world title reign in 2016. I would not watch it. I would not acknowledge it. I could not see it. If they're going to go the way of maybe Triple H and Reigns eliminate each other at the same time, just start fighting all the way to the back, and then maybe have Lesnar win the Rumble. But then again, what are you going to do with that title reign of Lesnar afterwards? You can't have him disappearing with their main title when everyone else is injured, all the draws. So
this is the thing.
Tough times.
It's hard to predict who's going to be against Lesnar at WrestleMania, because The Rock ain't wrestling.
No.
So Austin ain't wrestling. So
it'll be Undertaker again.
Nah. They can't go there again. But who's not? And then now who's Taker gonna wrestle? Everything is just up in the air. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Let's move on to Jericho returning. New Day came out doing their normal shtick, and then Jericho comes. I liked the creative way. You know how Jericho says he likes to come back in a creative way, and I thought that way was very creative, Belmont. I
don't know what to say. I'm speechless. I'm just like,
I know. I'm just talking about the way he returned.
I like the way it was all right, but they've stopped being special for about 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah.
And to be honest,
I never said it was special.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just a bit jaded with the New Day as well. I feel they're getting oversaturated now, where they was really entertaining and good to watch before, because they put matches along with it. Now you're just getting constant segments with them, and they're running around with, like dildos on their heads, making inside jokes, and Big E can't stop gyrating. Now it's just starting to wear a bit thin with me personally. I'm just like, oh yeah, all right, we know, but can you defend those tag team titles?
So how do we stop the overexposure of them? Because WWE do like to overexpose when they have something good.
Oh, when they got something good, they milk it until it's dead. The best way to do it is just do what they were doing earlier on. When they got the tag team titles, they could do all the funny segments and stuff in there, now and again, but make sure they're wrestling more times than not.
Okay.
Keep the interest, because now they just walk around the belts and not do anything with them, and who's going to care?
Cookie, to have Jericho at hand, or for WWE to have Jericho at hand is, I suppose, is a good thing at the moment whilst everyone is injured. For him to just be participate in the Royal Rumble. Jericho, do you feel he still carries some kind of clout?
He's got to be they've got to be careful with Jericho's name. If every time he comes he loses a match, there's going to be a point where that doesn't mean anything anymore. So I don't know how they're going to... mean, it's all right losing at the Rumble, but if it goes to Mania and loses to another person, it's going to mean when he comes back for the 10 millionth time, nobody's going to care. Like some people don't care now. So,
I don't.
yeah.
With Jericho, the thing was, it used to mean something because it was Chris Jericho, one of the biggest superstars they've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
But now he's coming back too often to put people over. But he didn't in Japan. He beat Neville, didn't they?
Yeah.
See, that's cool.
And that match was good.
Yeah, keep him looking legit, at least.
Yeah.
Maybe they got WrestleMania plans for Jericho now, because I don't know what else they can do at the moment.
Probably.
They're in bad trouble. This is the problem. This is the bad mindset they have. New Japan knew AJ Styles and Nakamura were halfway out the door.
Yeah.
What do? They strap a rocket to Kenny Omega.
Yeah,
So
which is
instantly
smart.
make a new start.
Smart. I mean, we'll talk about that when we get there. But New Japan are very smart at when people leave, replacing people
Preparing
and
for
putting
the future.
Yeah, very smart at doing it. But we'll talk about that when we get to New Japan. All right, let's go on to Sin Hunico. Sin Hunico is injured at the moment. He hurt his I think he dislocated his shoulder.
Dislocated shoulder, I think,
so he'll be out for a bit. But what does this mean for Kalisto, Cookie?
Well, he's gonna basically run with this because the way on the attitude of aggression, I mentioned that this is Kalisto saying "look at me" sort of thing when he did that finishing move off the ladder. So I bet you Sin Cara's worried about his success, and a week later, a week or two later, he gets injured, and he's like, "Oh, bugger, I didn't really need this," because Kalisto is gonna just shine from now on, like.
So how do they book him then by himself, Belmont? Do they go the route of the underdog, because he beat Del Rio on SmackDown, and apparently he's gonna get a title match tomorrow.
He's beaten Ryback before as well.
Yeah, so do they go with that?
I hope so. I hope they go like the Rey Mysterio route with him. Make him be the underdog, but look credible. And don't get beaten down for 95% of the match and hit a few high impact moves and get the pin, because that'll wear off really quickly. Make him look legit, because he's so talented. It's untrue. I think he deserves something. He deserves to be in the limelight now.
I feel like some of these guys need feuds, like proper feuds, like Kalisto, like Neville. Could you imagine Kalisto and Neville feud, but not a babyface and a heel feud. Just the fact that, like, you know what, we want to put on good matches, and I feel like we could put on a good match together. You know what I mean? I want to test myself, see what you got. Let's do it.
Imagine like a best of 5 series.
Oh my god.
Yeah, please. That'd be incredible to see.
Could you imagine? Oh, dude. Yeah, that would be great. That's a really good idea.
And Neville's apparently the fastest rising star of last year when he feuding with Stardust and
yeah, exactly. Feuding with the Miz, even though Miz isn't really wrestling. But let's talk about Neville. Talking about Neville, let's talk about Neville and Owens. Because I felt that match on Raw, Belmont, was really, really good. The one thing that did bother me was the fact that Neville had taped ribs, and he was doing all this kind of fucking moves on himself.
And he weren't selling the ribs.
But apart from that, I felt the match was really, really good. And it made Neville, again, look great. The fact that he's going to keep on going regardless of any injuries. And it made Owens look even better. The fact that, he was trying to avenge a loss and not running away from it,
Yeah, avenging the loss, and he's looking like he did in NXT when he first debuted. An ass kicker, legit. He'll kill you, even if you beat him, he'll still come at you and beat you up. Neville, he always looks fantastic. He's just got to be used right. I don't know if they're going to try and make a proper feud out of this, because Owens is tied up with the IC and Ambrose, unless they're going to blow that off soon. But yeah, it was really enjoyable, really good match. Neville looks amazing. I think, as we said, he's not selling the ribs at all, though. A lot of the psychology is gone. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Owens is a great worker. He can have great matches with most people. So I'm looking forward to see where they go with it now. Maybe Neville gets an IC title shot. Just do a triple threat. I'd be happy to see that.
Yeah, so would I. Cookie, Ambrose was out here on commentary. Him and Kevin Owens got into it. Owens took a bump through the table. Again, revenge for last week for Ambrose. But what do you think of how they're booking Kevin Owens? Because personally, for me, I feel like they're going in a step in the right direction by giving him more mic time, by making him have this vicious side, and by going head to head with someone who's also good on the mic and also has that kind of lunatic thing about him.
Oh, definitely Kevin Owens is in his element now. He should be the guy chasing for the title. Because when he got it, it was like, I don't know, it just didn't feel like the same Kevin Owens really, did it? But with him, he's just kicking crap out of everybody that gets in his way, and he's not sort of like walking away like he used to. He's really going pell-mell for a fight with Dean Ambrose, so it looks good. I
feel like these guys need to have a proper, burn out match, like a proper what they call it, a barn burner or whatever they want to call it, like a proper, like, I'm not talking like an ambulance match like they like to fucking do and put all that dumb shit on there. I'm talking about like proper fighting in the back, it goes out onto the road. I'm talking like fucking Hardcore Holly and El Snow shit. Yeah,
I mean? Well, they had a good one on SmackDown just gone there, but it was like a no contest where they ended up in the ramp and on the box things, where you call them. So they had a good finale on that on SmackDown, but I fear that's going to end up being a last man standing match or a
last man standing or no holds barred, something along those lines. That's what's needed.
They need to take it out of the arena. They need to go back to doing that stuff, man. Remember when Taker and Brock Lesnar was fighting and they took it to the back and all that kind of stuff? Like, they need to bring that back, man. They need to bring that back.
Parking lot brawl.
Yeah.
Piper and Goldust, that kind of thing.
Or the Lions Den.
That was insane.
Oh my god. Ken Shamrock and Steve Blackman in the Ring of Fire, the Circle of Fire. in the parking lot with the circle of cars. Oh god. That's nostalgia for you. Alright, let's talk about Becky Lynch and Charlotte. Ric Flair's heavily involved in this, obviously doing the whole Ric Flair isms stuff and passing that on to Charlotte. Still perplexes me the way that they cannot get a fist bump right. I don't understand that.
You stick to hugging.
He puts his fist out. He puts his fist out. She slaps it. Like, it's a fist bump. Two fists together.
They don't get it. They don't know what a fist bump is.
If you don't know how to do it, watch Wrestle Kingdom 10 at the end of Nakamura and fucking AJ Styles. That is a fist bump. Okay. Anywho, Becky Lynch obviously chases for the title now. Impromptu match. Charlotte's talking like she don't know what Becky's talking about. Yada yada yada. They go into this match. I thought it was a good match for Becky Lynch. In terms of again showcasing her, giving her that never give up kind of that never give up attitude. They've stopped Cookie doing this whole she's kind of a crazy chick kind of thing, and they're going more to the last kicker kind of side of things, which I feel is great for her.
Oh, definitely. I think she's been having great matches with Sasha lately, and this Becky Lynch match and the one on SmackDown was a lot better than this one, I thought.
Yeah, I just catch that earlier, just before I did recorded the show. Yeah, I feel like obviously these two are gonna go into another title match somewhere where I think no disqualifications probably, because obviously we're getting roll ups and all that kind of stuff and cheating and so we probably will get like some kind of no disqualification match or something.
They'll probably do something stupid where they have Ric Flair in a cage above the ceiling.
Oh my god.
RoboCop has to come bust him out.
Judy Bagwell on a pole match. Yeah. Or Judy Bagwell on a forklift.
I get disturbed by Ric Flair's walk to the ring to Charlotte's music. He can't. He just doesn't seem to be able to strut anymore. Not to Charlotte's music anymore.
No. Oh man. Okay. Oh, Charlotte heel turn Belmont at the end of the match. Makes sense. Do you think she looks better as a heel than a babyface?
Oh my god, so much better. This is the Charlotte I wanted to see when that original. It wasn't a revolution. That Divas thing that happened. This is what the Charlotte we wanted to see. This is the one I enjoy watching. The babyface one just was not working. Because she was too emotional all the time and looked stupid. Now, she's going to cheat to win. You know, she's going to wind people up. Becky's finding the title picture, which is great. A bit confused about where Sasha is, but you know, we can deal with that down the road. But this is a step in the right direction. I can't knock this.
There is definitely. Sorry, carry on.
No, so I was going to say, as far as Ric Flair goes, you know, it'll be alright for a little while, but he's going to have to go eventually.
There is definite confusion about the Divas division and how many babyfaces and heels there are at the moment and where they're going. All things lead to WrestleMania, but I don't know if all things lead to Charlotte and Sasha yet, because I feel like to get there, they should have started at Survivor Series, or you know, started from last year and had this whole long drawn out thing, you know, slowly putting the seeds in. But yeah, they're going to end up doing probably some little 3-week, 4-week build, and it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough.
No, it probably won't be. I think they're intentionally holding off on the Sasha thing at the moment. I think they're going to let Charlotte earn her stripes a little bit more, and hopefully Sasha can on the main roster, because she's being criminally underutilized at the moment, being lumbered with Tamina. And if I ever find that person who put a "We Want Tamina" sign up in the crowd, the guitar is going straight over his head. I'll tell you, and
that's how we deal.
For that.
That's how we deal with slapnuts. You know how we roll. Guitar over the dome. End of story.
Unbelievable.
Oh god. Okay. So social outcast # trending cookie.
Oh no! This is so.
No.
I get what they're doing. They're trying to make a group that isn't cool whatsoever, and they're so inept that they don't even know what each other are doing. I think Heath Slater thinks he's the leader, but then everybody else says something to make themselves look like the thing, and they just don't look as though they know what they're doing. But poor Dolph.
That's what I'm saying, man. Poor Dolph indeed.
What did he do? What's he done?
We've been saying that for years now. What has he done? Who is he pissed off this time?
Yeah, it don't look good. It don't look good. Dolph needs to go away and just, you know, do something different, because right about now it's not looking good at all. Let's talk about Cena. Cena's out for 6 to 9 months. Massive blow for WWE after he has just come back from a little break. This affects many things. This affects the Rumble. This affects WrestleMania. Personally, I think it'll be good for him to be off for a bit, you know, and off for a while, so that when he does come back, you know, he can start where he left off in terms of those good matches that he had. Do you think, guys, that he is on the, not the decline, but on a Randy Orton one, where he's slowly starting to only do certain number of dates? Because he's starting to get injured a lot more now.
Well, you can't beat the clock, and I mean, they've always said it, there's only so many bumps you can take. I mean, he's been carrying the company for X amount of years.
It takes its toll.
It does. It takes its toll, and I think was it his rotator cuff that went? Which is bad. It's a bad injury. I think he's one more major injury away from retirement. I think he's 38 now, so he's got at least, with his style, you know, with the moves he does, I reckon he's probably got three years left at most. So we'll see how it goes there. But WWE needs this guy. Yeah. Whether we love him or hate him, WWE needs this guy. That he is a draw. He's the most polarizing guy they've got. They need him badly, and to have him out for that amount of time, and with no new stars or established main event talent, it's going to be tough for WWE at the moment.
It'll be tough indeed. All right, let's go to a break, and then so you can hear from our sponsors at VOC Nation. Like I keep saying, it's not DraftKings.com or Sherry's Berries. It is VOC Nation and Jimmy Hart. Hey, it's me, Jimmy Hart. We're going to go to a break, and then we'll be back with talking about Wrestle Kingdom 10. That's right, so don't you miss it. Boom!
Hey, I'm the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, telling you fans worldwide to visit VOCNation.com. VOC Nation gives you top-notch interviews with the hottest guests, the latest news, and lots of fun from the greatest team headed by the voice of choice. Hey, take it from me, the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. VOCNation.com is the place to go, baby.
Okay, Philadelphia parents, listen up. Do you have a child in the house that's just about to learn how to drive? Well, you got to do this. You got to head over to DuncanschoolofDriving.com. Best of Bucks County 2013 as voted by the Courier Times. Duncan School of Driving, specialists in teenage driver training. Keep that insurance down. Keep them accident-free. 215-639-1990. They're endorsed by the Pennsylvania Police Officers Association, DuncanschoolofDriving.com.
And we're back, people. Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast, episode 146. It's your boy, Kinny Killa, here with Cookie Cutter podcaster himself, Mr. Michael Cook, and also Belmont Banters, James Belmont. Right, so we've all watched Wrestle Kingdom 10, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, watched it live.
So, you guys get brownie points for watching it live. Whoever watched it live gets brownie points. Because I was at work and that shit couldn't go down. So, but Wrestle Kingdom 10, what a show! Wrestle Kingdom 9 was amazing, and they just equaled this shit. Oh my god. Belmont, this was the first time I suppose you watched a New Japan event live?
It is, yeah. It's the first time I've actually watched it live.
And
Last year's Wrestle Kingdom I had to catch up on.
And how did you feel watching it live?
Goosebumps, man.
Because you're into it now. You're into it now. You're part of the New Japan crew. You're into it hard now. So how was it for you now, knowing, more about New Japan?
It helped me enjoy it even more so. Wrestle Kingdom 9 I enjoyed because it's like me breaking in and getting to know all these new wrestlers and stuff. But this time I could enjoy it even more so because I knew what I was going to get.
Yeah, I think this one's different for Cookie now as well, seeing as he's now well into it. He is a seasoned pro now of New Japan, so this is important for me to now have other guys to talk to about New Japan. So let's get into it. Wrestle Kingdom. This is going to be a big thing. The start package was amazing as always. The Japanese, they know how to do it, Cookie, especially knowing that we don't even have to understand what the hell they're saying, but the promos packages are just amazing.
Oh yeah, they're just like the commentary. The sounders are, this is the biggest thing that's coming, and so you better believe it. So it's really, really good, and it just hooks you right from the get go, really, doesn't it?
I was upset because I didn't get to watch a Japanese version, so I had to listen to that Rudy Poo fucking Matt Striker along with Kevin Kelly and Yoshitatsu.
He
I'll tell
was
you what,
awful.
Oh, I watched the pre-show that had like a New Japan Rumble, like a Royal Rumble sort of thing.
Oh yeah, the Battle Royale thing.
I put it on the English commentary, and Yoshitatsu, all I heard from him for about 3 minutes was yes, and I thought, oh no, this is a bad sign.
Yeah, because Max Striker's trying to feed him lines and stuff to talk about, and he's just one-word answers or not getting like a proper answer out of him. I thought, this is going to be so bad.
Yeah, so I quickly turned it over to the Japanese commentary, which I think they're a lot better, even though I don't know what to say.
Yeah. I stuck with the English commentary, and I tell you what, I'm really regretting it now.
Matt Striker sounds like a super mark. Like, I don't want my commentary to sound like that. You know what I mean? I don't want it to sound like, okay, we know you know everything, but we don't need, I don't want to get that. I would have been happy if it was Mauro Ranallo, you know what I mean? Or even if Jim Ross did it again. But I just, I don't like that super mark feel.
Because there wasn't really someone calling the match.
No.
Per se. Yeah, he knew the moves, which is cool, always a wrestler, but it just did sound like a fan sitting there. I didn't really connect with that. With Jim Ross, he would give you the story. He'd make you get into it, With Matt Striker, I didn't get that at all. And Yoshi, I think he was drunk.
All right, so let's go into the show. We start the show. Obviously, they had the New Japan Rumble. I didn't watch that just because it's generally with older folk in there. You had
King Haku.
Yeah, you had King Haku. Yeah. Jado was in there. So who the hell was playing Captain New Japan? That's my thing, because Jado plays Captain New Japan, so who was Captain New Japan?
Well, it wasn't me. I wasn't in Japan.
I reckon it must have been Juice Robinson. I reckon it must have been what's it called, CJ Parker or someone like that. But Cheeseburger was in there, massive surprise.
Oh, that Cheeseburger dude.
Obviously, Tenzan, Liger, Sakuraba made a return. Yeah, it was, you had
Kabuki.
Yeah, the great Kabuki.
He looked old.
You had Masquerada Dorada, but the Nakanishi, why is he still there? I don't understand.
Because New Japan wrestlers don't age. I don't know.
Obviously, Yuji Nagata was there, and then you had Taguchi was in there also. Tiger Mask, Yoshihashi with his damn stick. But yeah, Jado won. For what it was, but we really started with Red Dragon, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, one of the best tag teams in the world. Also Roppongi Vice, love the name, Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero. Young Bucks, obviously Matt and Nick Jackson, and also Aerial Dogfight. So a lot of people, this probably is the first time they saw Aerial Dogfight, who is Matt Seidel, formerly Evan Bourne, and Ricochet, who is Prince Puma on Lucha Underground. So those of you who do not know Ricochet, you need to check this guy out because he is mental. Really good worker. And it just showed in this match as well, Cookie, because the chemistry that Matt Seidel and Ricochet have together is amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean, they did well in the last show that they had, and I'm glad they're in this IWGP Junior Tag Division, definitely, because you can't have the Young Bucks and Red Dragon wrestling all the time.
Yeah,
this is freshens it up a bit, this new team.
Belmont, we talked earlier about the fact that this match, they always start off really, really fast. And this showed, especially when, you got Bobby Fish getting the hot tag, and Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly are doing their normal signature fast moves, which leads into that, I call it a back spring into a German suplex. Now, for me, it always has its comedy elements as well in it, generally, which involves Rocky Romero, but how did you feel with this pace?
I love the pace. I just don't envy the guy that had to call it. There'd be something going on, be an amazing double team move going on in the ring, was a massive brawl outside, then out of nowhere to be a super kick, then somebody flying over the top. Ricochet's doing a 450 off the top rope, and you just think, oh my god, can't keep up. But yeah, hell of a match. Only slight nitpick. The match was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel Red Dragon were in it enough. They seemed to be out of it a lot.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you mean. There were certain bits in it where they did feel like they weren't in there. But I think that was due to Cody Hall. I think because Cody Hall,
such a fool.
He was doing his thing, and then there was a point where he kept dragging out Ricochet, and then Kyle O'Reilly came out and gave him a flying knee off the apron as well, which was great, obviously. But he definitely played a big part in the match. The match finished with obviously Young Bucks doing their finisher. I believe it is a
more bang for your buck.
More bang for your buck. That's the one. 450 splash into I think it's a frog splash, or but they took it down. They won the titles for the fourth time, I believe. But I think that we are gonna get Matt Seidel and Ricochet. Going to be involved in this. They will probably be the next challengers for the tag titles. So like Cookie said, it freshens it up. Nice 16-17 minute match. Now we go to the next match, which was for the newly created never openweight 6-man tag team championships. Now, Cookie, this reminds me like some old school territory days where they had the USA 6-man tag team with the Von Erichs holding the belts.
Oh, definitely, yeah, all the WCW days. Why not? Because New Japan do loads and loads of 6-man and 10-man tags, don't they? Mm-hmm. So I suppose you could do some title matches on the house shows that they do, because they always seem to do tag matches on the house shows. Mm-hmm. So at least you'll get a title match maybe on these shows.
But with that saying, we had the usual pairing of Bad Luck Fale, Tama Tonga, and fucking Yujiro Takahashi. Oh my
mate,
God.
He needs to just go away.
I can't stand this guy.
No.
This is why he always, whenever I announce him, it always starts with the F bomb. But then we had the unusual pairing of Mark and Jay Briscoe and Toru Yano, who is obviously one of our favorites. What did you think of, Cookie, when you heard this announced that these three guys are going to be fighting together?
I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. Because I'm sure that I don't know who's translating. maybe Jay Briscoe's translating. But because what a random pairing for Yano and Mark and Jay Briscoe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you never know. Yano's over, so let's get these new guys in that they haven't really seen much of. Mm-hmm. So maybe it'll work for them.
It was weird seeing the Briscoes in New Japan just because of the way they look and their style and stuff. They're great. I think they will be great for WWE. I'm still surprised that they're not there yet because they've got that look that's just different. It's a different look. The match again with the Briscoes being in there, it felt different. Mixing especially guys like Bad Luck Fale and Tama Tonga with these guys who Toru Yano always happens to have a fight against. But the chemistry worked. They all worked well together. Obviously, Bullet Club, they always, they do what they do. I'm tired of seeing Bad Luck Fale gingerly try to do certain things. But I thought the match was well. What did you think, Cookie? Because the fact of the matter is, sorry, Belmont, because the Briscoes took it down with Toru Yano. So how do you feel it went?
I thought it went really, really well. Really entertaining match. Bad Luck Fale briskly walking over and forearming someone now and again was what it was, but for the Briscoes to win off a Doomsday Device is pretty awesome. Tama Tonga won some points for me in this match, though. I thought he did really well.
Well, he's getting a push apparently.
I hope so. He's good. He's good. I think the problem with him before was he was swamped.
Yeah.
With crap around him. With he got Bad Luck Fale and that other fucking guy.
Well, Tama Tonga's going to get a push. I mean, WWE have tried to come after him so many times, but he's reluctant to go just because he lives in New Zealand and he doesn't want to uproot from New Zealand to obviously go to America. For him, it's quite easy to go to Japan from New Zealand. So, that's his thing.
That's his thing. He'll be fine where he is. Just stay in New Japan. He'll be. He could be a star if used correctly. Mm-hmm. But there's something there with him.
Yeah.
I didn't see it before, but I see it. I saw it in that match.
Just quickly to talk about Rocky Romero. Obviously there was rumours about Rocky Romero going to WWE. WWE obviously they've had him as a guest trainer in NXT already, and they want him there, but he's not ready to hang it up yet. So he's just signed a new 2-year contract with New Japan, and I think that once that's over, he's coming to NXT as a trainer. Similar to what's happening with obviously Adam Pearce, former NWA champion, who is now one of the head trainers there. At NXT with Sarah Del Rey. So that will be a good look, Rocky Romero being there and having a different dynamic with those guys. So let's go on to the ROH match. Big thing for Jay Lethal, obviously defending his title at Wrestle Kingdom and in New Japan for the very first time with Truth Martini. Again, big deal for Michael Elgin, who had a massive year in New Japan last year. I have to give him a clap because he went over as an unknown and now he's loved by the fans. Cookie, ROH title being defended. Jay Lethal, one of the best guys last year. How do you think this went down on New Japan soil?
A good start, but I've heard rumours that people were getting up for a piss break, basically. I've heard, which is a shame for Jay Lethal. Mm-hmm. Because he had the perfect opportunity because of an opponent, Michael Elgin, who he did so well in that G1 Climax, getting over because they love him. Mm-hmm. But if it's true that people were getting up and walking away for this match, that's a big shame. But I think this is just setting their stall out for the tour that they're gonna the two like shows they're gonna be doing in Japan and then the one in Las Vegas. So this is sort of like he's what we can do.
Because Elgin's over because he's adopted that New Japan stiff style and he's good at it now. Where Jay Lethal was wrestling like he was in ROH, which is maybe why people kind of go out for a piss break. For them, Jay Lethal was a relatively unknown. But they'll have to get to learn to know him because obviously he's the ROH World Champion. So Belmont Truth Martini was making me laugh when he was coming in trying to do the spinneroonie. Yeah, he made me laugh with that. Being a little runt, he reminds me so much of Jimmy Hart.
It's great. It's a great thing to see managers still in wrestling nowadays, because it seems to be like a lost concept, and he's so good at it, and it compliments Jay Lethal so much. To echo what Michael was saying about fans getting up and walking out, I think there's something in that, because there seemed to feel like there was a disconnect during the match. I don't think the fans maybe understood the importance of it with the ROH World Title being on the line, but hopefully they get to know Jay Lethal quick, because he's one of the best wrestlers out there.
Obviously, I love to see the lethal injection.
Such a good move.
The springboard into the stunner. Elgin goes up for the Elgin bomb. Gets the Book of Truth. Jay Lethal does. Just smack it.
Gets hit by the truth.
Yeah, I know. Smack in the head, and 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Jay Lethal retains in a nice 12-minute match. Then we go for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Title with a wicked feud between Kushida and Kenny Omega, who have been playing hot potato with the title. Kenny Omega going in as a champion. I always felt that Kenny Omega outlived the IWGP Junior Heavyweight division, because he's just such a character, such a good gimmick, and he speaks Japanese and he knows where to place himself perfectly. And the ring psychology is amazing also. Kushida was great, Cookie, when Kushida came out with Taguchi dressed up as Doc Brown.
I don't know what the budget's like in New Japan, but I thought it was okay, but I was sort of cringing at the same time, because he just had that look on his face, like a mad look, and with that controller, like just moving it back and forward. He just had hold of that, even if he was knocked down and beaten up, he still had the controller. So it was a weird moment.
Yeah, definitely a weird moment. Obviously, Kenny Omega, the cleaner, comes out with the Young Bucks by his side. Now, I felt this match was good in terms of storytelling, especially where we all know how Kenny Omega tapped out, to the Kimura, which Kushida loves to do. So Kushida put it back on, hyperextending the arm, which Kenny Omega, storytelling-wise, did massively well. Belmont, where he got Kushida up with one arm. What move did he do? It escapes me. Was it
the one-arm powerbomb?
Yeah, the one-arm powerbomb. He got him in a one-arm powerbomb. Neville, take note, please. He's injured his arm.
Sell your injuries, please.
I thought he did very well in that. Again, is it called the Blue Angel bomb?
One-winged
angel, that's the one. The one-winged angel, going in and out of that, and the transitions between Kenny Omega and Kushida was great. We got a roll-up, Kushida taking it down, and again in a really good 13-minute match. How great was this, Belmont, in terms of the story being told, and from now what's happened after New Day Dash?
Well, it's fantastic. I mean, I'm so glad to see him leave that division, because it's been like an anchor to his career for the last year and a bit for Omega. It was great to see him sell the injuries. The psychology in there was fantastic. The chemistry is there for all to see. Some amazing moves and the high spots going on. It's good for Kushida to win the title as well. I think he'll do it justice. It's done a lot of good. It's set Kushida on the path now to lead that division, and Kenny Omega's going after the IC now with Nakamura. It's done more good than I think people realise.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Kushida now, obviously he was attacked, the time splitters with Alex Shelley. Now he's going off on his own. He can definitely be, I think, a mainstay for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight division. But who do you feel that is next in line to feud with him?
It seems as though after New Year Dash that he had a run-in with like Naito's group, and I think one of them challenged him.
But it's probably Bushi.
Bushi, yeah. I think he was the one that challenged him at the end, because on these New Year Dash shows, they basically don't have set the stalls out. They're saying what the next feuds are going to be. So probably on along them lines there.
Yeah, I would like that. I really like Bushi. I don't know if you guys have seen him and see him now, but Bushi's, yeah, he's a good talent. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. It's a shame Kota Ibushi isn't about, because I reckon Kushida versus Kota Ibushi would be a nuts match. But it is what it is. Kushida taking it down. Okay, next we get the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. Cookie, Togi Makabe and Honma are called GBH.
God.
Really? They're poking fun at this shit now, aren't they?
You couldn't get away with that in
No.
WWE. Bloody hell.
For all segheads out there that don't know, Honma was charged or accused of domestic abuse on his missus. So GBH, yeah, not a good title, but it actually stands for Great Great Bash Heels. So yeah, take it for what you want. But they faced off against Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson for the tag titles. Togi Makabe and Honma won the World Tag League tournament. Belmont, I love the trophies.
Gotta love the trophies.
Gotta love
much better looking than the Slammies.
Now again, this match, Honma, love Honma, always going for the Takeshi headbutt.
This dude, Honma's amazing, so fun to watch. That headbutt off the top rope, legendary.
Shock Machine Gun Carl Anderson and Gallows come out with Amber Gallows, who is the NWA Women's Champion, which I didn't realize. I think she must have beat Santana Garrett for the title. Don't quote me on this, but
yeah, I saw that too. I was just like, what title she got? I was a bit dumbfounded by that one.
But this hard-hitting, stiff match as always. You're gonna get Makabe, being very stiff, and you're gonna get Honma trying to go for Takeshi headbutts all the time. But as soon as Doc Gallows was left by himself, I instantly thought, okay, something's gonna go down now. And as soon as the Takeshi headbutt came in, I thought, okay. And then Makabe going for the knee, the knee drop, and then again the top rope Takeshi headbutt, take it down for the 1, 2, 3. And I know you must have been smiling. Honma winning his first title in New Japan.
Oh, definitely. I marked out for that. Like, great, because everybody got behind him in the G1 Climax tournament. One bit hoping he was going to win, and then winning this title was a great moment.
But he had to earn it. He got the shit beaten out of him.
Oh man. Yeah.
Stun guns, smashing him into the turnbuckles, the clotheslines really stiff. Man, he had to earn it.
That flying one-legged drop kick that Carl Anderson does is nasty, man.
It is horrible.
It's nasty. But the fans who are normally somber fans, and New Japan fans were up shouting, and the pop was just real good, and it was a nice thing to see Honma. Obviously we don't condone domestic violence if it is true, but Honma has been a good story for 2015, and hopefully a good story for 2016. Then we go into Hiroki Goto versus Tatsuo Naito. Now, Cookie, we were probably surprised about these two going in together, because the natural beef was between Shibata and Naito, which seemed to fall off. But yeah, Naito versus Hiroki Goto. Naito comes out with Evil, Watanabe, and Bushi. Naito last year had a massive year. Could he equal it this year?
I think by next Wrestle Kingdom he might be the champion. I think. Maybe somewhere down the line, Naito might win the G1. I think, mm-hmm. And then go for the title next year, next Wrestle Kingdom.
Okay, I like that. Hiroki Goto, well loved by the New Japan fans, comes out. I liked his gear, his get up. I always like his get up. Everyone's waiting for the Hoti Kuroshi. I love that. That move. As soon as he has them on the shoulder, get ready for the the net breaker. I love that move to set up for the finish. But yeah, these guys again very stiff. Naito doing his normal antics. We had Bushi come in, tried to go for the green mist. Hotogoroshi for his troubles. And then Goto, loved that finisher. I can't remember what that finisher's called. Is it the Shotenkai? What's his finisher called? It is called the what's it? Yeah, it is the Shotenkai. Yeah, the Shotenkai. Love that. Suberto suplex sit out powerbomb. Love that. So yeah, he finishes it 1, 2, 3. Was you surprised, Belmont, that Goto took it down and not Naito?
Yeah, I thought they was going to continue with the momentum and give Naito a big win to start off the year, but he could still have a fantastic year this coming year.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
he's got it there. It's ready to be taken. I think he will be world champion by the end of this year.
He had a big G1 last year, taking notable scalps. So yeah,
he's sneaking in the background. I don't think people are noticing him much, and that's a good thing because he'll come out of nowhere and win the title. I know it.
Well, now we're gonna go on to a absolute belter of a match. You know what I'm talking about. Katsuyori Shibata versus Tomohiro Ishii for the never open weight title. Now you know what happens when Ishii is in a match, but when you have Ishii and Shibata together, all hell is gonna break loose. Now these guys, as soon as the bell rang, these guys were hitting two shits out of each other. I couldn't believe what I saw, Cookie.
The whole 17 minutes, they were kicking shit out of each other. What a bloody match! I've got this as my match of the year so far.
Yeah.
So far, it'd be tough to beat that. I just loved how they were kicking each other. Then Ishii would sit down and go, "Go on."
Yeah.
Then he would go down, Shibata, and say, your turn, sort of thing. Unbelievable. Oh. And if anybody says wrestling is fake, you don't even have to say yes, no. Just say Ishii Shibata.
Yeah.
That's all you need to say. And then we'll be going, what do you mean? I was like, look it up.
Just look it up. Oh man, Belmont, man, these guys. Test of strength. This is a whole different ball game of test of strength. These guys were playing. They were playing with their bloody lives. I mean, the moves, man, the moves. Obviously, Ishii going for multiple lariats. The reversals. The fact that these guys were taking moves and pinning out on one count and coming up and doing other moves. It was just non-stop until they both knocked each other down. I thought, I had to stand up and clap when these guys knocked each other down and they both fell down onto the mat. But what did you think of the finish, man? It's normal sleeper into a PK kick. Oh man.
I'm just watching that kick off the corner again that Shibata did, and just like, how's that guy still conscious? He just sprung back up, and oh my god, it's an incredible strong style match, and I don't think that's going to be beaten in that division for a while.
Mm-hmm.
As the finish goes, yeah, I think it was needed.
Yeah.
For someone in the hospital. Just stop now. Enough. You got kicked in the face after being hit in the sleeper.
It's Shibata's time.
Just stay down for the 3. It's fine.
It's Shibata's time.
Shibata's time. Shibata is elite, man.
It is.
Whoever says wrestling's fake, go in a ring with him for 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
You'll soon change your
You'll
mind.
be in tears. You'll be crying. But the way Shibata was giving the forearms to Ishii, and then Ishii would just headbutt his way through. Like, get back.
Oh, man. Well done, Shibata. We're taking the title. This is going to be interesting now because we're just going to have some big matches. I mean, Minoru Suzuki, don't be surprised if you see Minoru Suzuki return from Noah and fight Shibata. Because letting him go to Noah to shore up their roster, along with Killer Elite Squad, Vance Archer and Harry Smith, was a good move. But now it's time for Suzuki to come back because I need to see these guys fighting. I need to see these guys now that Suzuki's lost the title, the Noah title. I think it's time for it to come back home. All right, here we go. Semi-main event: Shinsuke Nakamura, champion, facing off against AJ Styles, which was billed as a dream match because these guys have never faced off one-on-one. Goosebumps, Belmont?
Man, goosebumps. An incredible match. This is my match of the night, this one.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely unbelievable. It's probably one of the best wrestling matches I've seen ever. Everything was perfect. The positioning, the selling, the spots, everything went swimmingly. It was just... it's that rare time where you see two guys just have a damn near perfect match. I absolutely loved it. It was the swan song. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was so good. You probably didn't even notice the botch by AJ Styles where he come off the second rope to do
Was that the moonsault?
The moonsault into his normal reverse DDT.
Oh no, I saw it, but
that?
he hit it so well and improvised just like straight away off the cuff. He didn't really affect anything.
That's why AJ Styles is so good. He'll make a mistake, but then change it like a real sportsman would. So instead of people just trying to do that same move again, where it looks stupid, trying to lift somebody up again.
Trying to redo the whole thing. Yeah, he just improvises and switches it, which not a lot of people do.
For two guys that never fought, one-on-one, to have the chemistry that they had and to pull off the match that they had. I mean, AJ was going, he was like, he went for a Styles Clash. Nakamura pinned out of it. He was going for it again. Then he decided he's going to go up for a top rope Styles Clash, and then Nakamura reversed it into a top rope Falcon Arrow. It was just, the reversal was just mental. They were just absolutely mental. And then we had AJ doing that nice transition he does into his leg lock, which Nakamura obviously got out of. Nakamura also going for the armbar that he made. I'm sure he made Okada tap out of in the G1. And then obviously we get the finish where we hit. We had that nasty behind the head.
The bomber, in the back of the head. That was brutal. And then he hit it again.
Yeah.
to his face.
Yeah, because he hit it from behind, and then he hit a top rope one. And then he
hit it 3 times.
He had to, because obviously AJ Styles kicked out of it before. But man, to hit that bomber from behind the head, then hit a top rope bomber, and then hit another bomber for the win, and then the respect cookie at the end, the fist bump.
Oh, it was like they both knew, like, we'll do this at WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's like we just put on one of the best matches ever. So they had to do that, and it, like I say, it's a swan song. I think the fans probably knew it after that.
Yeah. Nakamura winning, taking that down, and I'm just so privileged. I feel privileged to the fact that I met both of these guys last year at Rev Pro. Was just, yeah. Could you? I mean, the fact, Belmont, as well. You met AJ last year as well.
Yeah, I too sweeted AJ last year. I actually met the guy, really nice guy, and then you see him doing stuff like that. It's surreal, and it's crazy.
I'm wearing my AJ gloves now. God damn it! Thanks for that, Belmont. Thanks for that one.
That's all right.
Yeah. So we go to the main event. Kazuchika Okada going as a champion. Facing against Hiroshi Tanahashi. This being a main event for this main event feud in the Tokyo Dome has been going for a while, and Okada has never beaten Tanahashi at the big one. So this was his moment. This was his time. Again, they started off slow. But this went long. This was 36 minutes of hard graft, hard reversals, one after the other. Tombstone into the end sequence. Man, I mean, let's go through the middle of the match. We had Tanahashi doing a top rope high-fi flow onto the outside on Okada, which Okada took well. We also had multiple tombstones on Tanahashi. We had Tanahashi Cookie also doing a high-fly flow, which is not Tanahashi, sorry, Okada doing a high-fly flow, which is what the first time I ever seen him do that.
Yeah, I can't say I've seen that before, but they were just doing each other's moves while protecting them at the same time. Because they love in New Japan protecting their signature moves. They don't kick out at one or something like they do in WWE.
Yeah. There was a moment where Tanahashi was going through. He was going through a sequence. He did his dragon screw, then he did a high fly flow up the top rope to the back of Okada, and then he went up for it again, and then Okada got up and did a drop kick, which caught Tanahashi in mid-air, which was great. And then we went through this sequence, Belmont, where they had done their own moves to each other, and then Okada had got up, gone for the Rainmaker, where Tanahashi reversed it into a sling blade, which was amazing, and then we got Tanahashi going for another Rainmaker, where I think Okada reversed it into a German suplex, picked him up for another Rainmaker, and then picked him up again for another Rainmaker for the 1, 2, 3. These guys.
What a sequence!
I know it was.
I can't praise it anymore. Okada went balls to the wall for this one. This is like a do or die match for him, and it shows.
If anyone wants to see how a match is put together in terms of ring psychology and storyline, you need to watch this.
Just watch them two matches back to back. Watch AJ Styles and Nakamura, and then watch these two.
Definitely, and I just love the desperation of those last three Rainmakers. Like, I'm finishing this guy off.
Yeah, because I have to win.
Yeah, I love that. I'm finishing it off. Yeah, had to be done. He had to be, because it's the only way he's never won at beaten Tanahashi at the big one, Tokyo Dome. So to be able to do that three and all different variations of the Rainmaker as well. My favorite being the German suplex holding on into the Rainmaker is nasty. But yeah, Okada takes it down, and he leads into 2016 being a big year for him. Right, well, who's he going into this next with then this year? Who's the next feud for Okada?
Naito,
It's got to be.
I think it was on New Year Dash. I think it's Goto.
Oh, was it Goto? Is it?
Goto came out and challenged him, and I think Okada came out and said, "Oh, you wanted to have a Intercontinental and IWGP Heavyweight Championship match? Let's do that." I mean, oh wait, you haven't got the IC title anymore. Oh, right.
Yeah, stick it to him. Well, it makes sense. Goto's coming off a win, so it just looks like that's the next one. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Jay Lethal versus Okada at Global Wars. Obviously just champion versus champion, no title on the line. That would be a crazy match. You'll probably see Okada versus Michael Elgin as well, which will be a nuts match, just like we saw at the G1. But coming out of this, probably no more Nakamura, no more AJ Styles, no more Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, hence why they dropped the titles, which probably means the return of Killer Elite Squad, Cookie.
Yeah, was it Harry Smith and...
Lance Archer.
Yeah, possibly for the... That would be a good match with Maccabi and Hormel. Yeah. I like that idea now.
It's got to be done, because obviously they're losing a tag team. They've got to bring another tag team in. They are their tag team. They just obviously loan them to Noah. Now with TMDK, the Mighty Don't Kneel, I love that name. In Pro Wrestling Noah, Haysten Nichols, looks like they're going to be coming over to WWE. They already had tryouts last year, but they just had to recover from injuries before they were able to come over. Now if those two come over, all hell's going to break loose over in NXT and in WWE, because those two guys, if you've never seen these guys before, or you probably have if you watched Wrestle Kingdom 9, which they were at last year, but TMDK into WWE definitely has to be a big one. With them losing now Nakamura and AJ Styles, like I said, it must mean Minoru Suzuki is coming back over, has to be, and it also means Kenny Omega getting a big push.
Oh, that definitely happened on New Year Dash.
So explain to the people what happened on New Year Dash.
Oh, there was a tag team match, Yoshihashi and Nakamura versus Omega and AJ Styles, and surprisingly, Omega pinned Nakamura to end the match, and he takes the mic and says, "I'm not challenging Kushida. I want the IC title," and they were celebrating with AJ Styles, and then Omega just knocks out AJ Styles
from the top. He picked him up off the top rope, hit him with a one-winged angel. The Young Bucks come in, push him to the corner, and they hit him with a triple super kick, and AJ got a licking in that one. Yeah, then he got hit by a Styles Clash from Omega at the end.
He got fucked up horribly.
He got messed up. If that's not him being written off, I don't know what is.
Oh, definitely. And I can imagine Omega uses that Styles Clash now. Like maybe the Omega Clash. Use that for a year, and if AJ Styles comes back for a one-shot deal or something, have a match with Omega next Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. Oh man. Omega, he deserves it, man. He deserves it. It's his time. And with Kota Ibushi coming, next year, with Kota Ibushi when he gets fit, and then obviously with Shibata probably getting a push as well. It looks like they've got ready-made replacements for these guys. So New Japan know how to do their thing, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They know how to do their thing. All right. So if now they've got a couple of Gaijin going, which Gaijin do you see them bringing in? Cookie.
Bringing in,
Roderick Strong?
No, that would be a good one. Yeah, definitely. And the way Jay Lethal, I'm looking on this new Dash results, and he was against Juice Robinson. I didn't see that. Oh. I'll have to check that out. I think I was in halfway through. But yeah, Jay Lethal, work some more with Michael Elgin. I think that would be a good one. Because I think Michael Elgin and Tanahashi are in a tag team at the moment. I think they did all right in the that world tag team world thing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they have more possibilities than WWE have at the minute. Well, with these 4 new guys coming over, I think you've got to put them on the main roster now. There's no time to wait for WWE.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, guys, we have hit the time. We had the time of our lives talking about New Japan Pro Wrestling, so we've gone overtime. So, what we're gonna do is pay-per-view ratings, guys. Belmont.
Ooh, Wrestle Kingdom 10.
Yep.
Well, 10 out of 10. You can't really put a number on it. It was that good. That's the best event of the year already. WrestleMania ain't gonna come close.
Mm-hmm. Cookie.
Yeah, I've got to agree. Second time in a year, 10 out of 10.
And with that being said, who is your pay-per-view MVP?
Oh. What, just one?
One.
Styles
for you?
Yeah.
I'll go Shibata just for that match. I'd give it to both Ishii and Shibata, but yeah, Shibata because he won. I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the end of the show, people. It's been an amazing show. Very informative, as you know we like to do. I'd like to thank both Cookie and Belmont for coming on again. Just in case you missed it yesterday, Belmont, can you tell them where they can find you on the Twitter and Offshoot?
You can find me at JX2001, that evil Twitter machine. You can also find the official Offshoot Radio account at Offshoot Radio.
Okay, Cookie, you know what to do.
You can find me at the M Cook.
There you go, people. Okay, so we'll be back next week with, hopefully, we'll be back with Max Wrestling's own Dazzy Lee, along with Evan McCabe. Could you imagine Shugs and McCabe on the same show?
Blood Money's on your show. That's you're brave. Yeah. You're brave. I'll give you that.
And then I believe the week after that would probably be the prediction show with your boy Fane Black and obviously Tom Brady. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you check out yesterday's Retro Roundtable where we went over 80s and 90s old school cartoons, which was a massive laugh, and I'm still smiling now.
We're still recording now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if you didn't hear last week, I can no longer play tracks at the end of the show. So yeah, it is what it is. But if you don't like that, you can choke on that slap nuts. Woo!